this round walk. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, if you're not, welcome back. Today I am going to be moving my base. I had kind of chose to use this packaging station, which wasn't too far from mechanics station, which is kind of over yonder that way. I'm gonna move towards the farmer trading post over there, just because I found out that to get the spud gun, you need to do kind of, I guess, what I'll just call the elite crops. Basically, you have to do peaches and blueberries, which you can't find the seeds for. You have, like, just roaming around, you have to trade them. And I found out that even if you use 4 of the elite seeds, it will still trigger an unauthorized farming, like, raid. So it's with where I have everything placed, it's not super hard, at least yet, to defend, but it's very time consuming because I have to watch both ways. And I was gonna go to the farmer station anyways after I got the spud gun, but I'm thinking that it's just gonna be easier right off the bat to farm if I can better defend my crops. So, and if it's gonna using the bigger crops to defend or to get the spud gun, I'm gonna want triggers. Words, I'm rambling here. Let me stop and talk. If using the elite crops is gonna trigger the raid, I might as well just go for a big haul right away and get everything I need in 1 or 2 harvests, so that way then I can go back to having small time farming and not have to worry about raiding. So that's why I kind of want to move bases. In the meantime, I also kind of built a dress spot because while harvesting hay bots, I would loot up and collect the wardrobe kits or whatever. So I did that. Right, I've been trying to build up a bunch of metal tier 3 blocks to build decent walls. Everything's just going to be easier if I move. So, without further ado, goodbye, Jay Schlatt. Alright, we're at the farmer trading base now. Kind of just trying to look around to kind of see where the best spot is to build. If I kind of build over there, I'm closer to the water. Over here, I kind of have more room to build, but I'm gonna need more pipes to get water over. Oh, there is mining node over there, so that's nice. As you can see, I upgraded scrap car. I put a better engine on it, gave it better wheels and more back to it. I'm playing solo, so I kind of need stuff that's more versatile and I get more utility from. So I'm just kind of using my scrap truck, car, whatever, to be able to carry like resources, the crop crates that you need to trade, be able to place a drill or saw blade on the front, and then with this it can pick up the scrap logs, whatever, and it works from this height, so you don't even have to get out of the vehicle. You can just drive over these things and it'll pick it up. I'm really thinking more towards building over here, because as long as I have this wall as part of the back, I only have to defend from the front. Whereas my previous setup, I was having to worry about 2 different areas. But here, I can just plant my crops. I have the lake right there, so I don't have far to go for setup. And it's just going to be way easier. And I have more room to build stuff. So I definitely think this will be the spot. I don't know how layout's going to work. I don't want to... start building right now until I have kind of a configuration set up. Because you do have to keep these wet so they don't dry up. Although I guess I do have buckets on hand, so I could do this. Get my crops set, or like get my farmland set up, and then kind of just build around it. I'm thinking kind of just like in here. I'll probably end up having to get rid of the tree, but no. I know the water cannon can basically handle a 2x4 grid. So 2, 3, 4, and 3. Grr. 4, 2, 3, 4. 4, and then we'll just have to go get more dirt. I can water these just so that way they don't disappear on me. Pretty much should have been cheating that before, but as to how long that will stay wet is beyond me, but as long as it can last long enough to get my water system set, we should be golden. Make sure to leave all of your inappropriate wet jokes in the comments. Bone rubber for Dale. When these hold 100 water each, I don't go through a whole lot of water enough to where it's a problem. And how I made that bigger was I just pressed Q. So that way I don't have to sit here and use as many of them. Thank you, Spastic Cube, for that tip. Make sure to check him out. I've started watching his Raft Scrap Mechanic series. It's pretty good. Guy knows what he's doing. Love his tip on fighting haybots when you're at the buildings, of just getting on the ledge and leading them to you, because you can hit them but they can't hit you. I'll make sure to link him in the description. So we'll kind of start getting our wall set up. I want to also make sure it's not too big in here, so that way bots can just randomly, although I don't think bots will just spawn in here. Well, I kind of have an idea how I want this to be, so I think I'll pick these up for now. So that way I can save them and save myself a little time, so that way I don't have to keep watering them until I have the water cannon, because that's 5 minutes versus like 10. Let's go get that one. So we are starting to get the tomatoes right in time. And then basically what I'll do when I have this all taken care of and I have my wall set up is I'm just gonna build my house on top of all this. Honestly, I could probably make this like the basement of my house slash base and just use that as a storage room. Because then that just takes up space, and then there's less chance of like a random bot to spawn there, which I don't think there would be because I'm in the farmers area. But I don't want to take chances, because the last thing I need is the game to say, well, just because you're in an area where technically there's supposed to be no bots doesn't mean we're gonna just allow that, because then otherwise that's too easy. You basically have a base that's kind of free until you get a raid. Now it's just a matter of moving stuff. And collecting more so that way I can build up my wall. Because I'm kind of thinking of a few different strategies to kind of protect your crops, especially if you're doing a solo mode like me. And obviously one of the solutions here is a wall. Just build a wall around your entire like base, but also knowing like pros for that, you have just protection all around. You can go and do stuff and know that your base will be fine for a bit. Cons being that it takes a lot of resources and a lot of time. And if you end up deciding that later on you find a better place to have your base, you have to take everything down and move it, unless you just want to start all over again. I might do a video on like different strategies for like building a wall. It is nice kind of having this there here, because the bots cannot break this. So even if there were bots that spawn from behind, they can't do anything. So I'm assuming the game's gonna have them all spawn like over there, or if it really hates me, over there and over there. But I don't think so. But we'll see. That might be my famous last words. Yeah. So I've got the unauthorized farm triggered. Here it started at 2 hours. I don't know if it's just because of the crops or the location. But so I have 2 hours in-game time, which is fine, because with this going, I usually don't tend to stray far away from my crops anyways, just because I'm paranoid like that. So I figured I'd trigger this just that way we can see the spawn points and see if this was a very good location or not. And so that way we can see spawn points. I think I just said that. And I figured it gives me a good start, because these are red beets, these are just more tomatoes. I already have 1 stack of red beets, but I'm gonna need like 3 to get the blueberry seed. Okay, let's see where they come at from. Yep, so it's all just from the front, and the wave did start, because the first time you do it, It's 2 tote bots. Okay, the other one's stuck in the water. So that's nice. You know, just hopefully this all grows before the next. Although, oh well. So, yeah, this is kind of a nice location to go defense-wise because you have structures that can't be destroyed. So you have less walls you have to build. But depending on how quick you get, how much time you get in between waves and how long you get before those waves come in, I guess it depends on what you're playing. I'm doing a solo route, so I'm trying to find a base that has the most structures already built so that the bots can't destroy, so that way I have less work to do and can do more actual playing instead of just resource gathering and building. Okay, so I have to do a quick little update. I had to move my base to the other side because when I did another raid level where I got a hay bot, actually I think it was the one I got too. Can't remember. The original recording was like 2 months ago. Really been on my Sandrock my time at Sandrock grind. But either way, I triggered a raid where I had hay bots that showed up on that upper path and they fell down, and I had started building my house at that point. You can see like the remnants from me building. So one good tip is, if you want to find, like, before you completely start building your base, if you want to figure out if it's kind of a good area, like structurally and defensively, plant enough crops to trigger the raids and see how many bots show up and kind of where their spawn points are, because I'm assuming bots aren't going to spawn up there. I'm really hoping they won't, and I probably should just trigger a raid again before I finish building my house. But just a quick little update. I thought I remembered that raid wave that completely ruined that spot over there, like very much ruined it. As you can see, I had all the piping that I had already had pre-built, and I don't even reach the pond. But I thought I had recorded that raid, didn't, so I'd just give a quick little update. So sorry for the kind of lackluster end, but it is what it is. If you like what you saw, make sure to give a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you're not already, smash that notification bell, leave a comment, share with your friends. If not, you're wrong. See you in the next one. Bye.